The pandemic has created the greatest transformation to work in a century. According to McCrindle research, that is here to stay. 3 in 5 Australians in their recent survey, that's 62%, said they have a preference for hybrid work arrangements for the future. So that's a combination of work in person, in the office, or at online. I also began a number of interviews spanning federal, state, financial services, supermarkets, telcos, and time again, there were some key themes that emerged from my research. Number one was that desire for social connection and the challenge that they find in creating that connection in the new ways of working. Number two was inconsistency with the communication effectiveness from leaders. Not every person is a natural born communicators. For some, it comes easily, shifting modes, but others have really struggled. Number three is the disconnect from the cultural osmosis. You know, what you used to just pick up when you walk into the workplace has now been eroded through virtual channels. And so how do you preserve that cultural, the stories, the feel, the experience that a brand has, which is more important than ever, especially when people have been brought on during the pandemic. The fourth one is how to wrestle against that traditional team bias. You know what it's like when you're in the Zoom meeting and everyone else is in the office and you're online, and how do you create that connection? How do you act, lead, and behave like we're still in the office and in the meeting room and fail to make adjustments for the hybrid work? So what's clear is there is an essential need to tool up our leaders to be able to adapt to this new environment. And in this practical session, where whether you have it as a keynote, a workshop, or even a facilitated session for you and your team, I will take the team through global and local examples of organizations who are creating connections and leading powerfully. Number two is all about self-leadership. How can you tool up the natural born communicators and build persuasive leadership brands that will translate online and in person? And number three, communication and connections. What are the 3 essential communication rhythms that every leader should implement to create affinity and connections with their team? So I'd love to work with you and your team. Why not get in touch and let's tailor a session that's perfect for you?